This video is brought to you by the Bates College Digital and Computational Studies program under a Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike version 4.0 license. This video introduces the notion of a variable. A variable is a way of giving a name to a value. For example, in this video, I'm going to create a variable called sensor reading. That will let me refer back to a reading from a sensor by using the variable name instead of reading from the sensor over and over, which could give me different readings each time. I'll start by defining the variable and setting it to a known value, in this case, 0. This is a common practice in many programming environments and languages. Now I'll go and perhaps I'll work with the light sensor. So when I pull that lozenge out, that's going to do a reading from the sensor. So in my forever loop, I'm going to say that I want to set the variable sensor reading to the current value of the light sensor, and I want to do that over and over. So you can see I can play with it in the simulator. Now, I want to see the result from that, so I'm going to use the graph block. But instead of graphing the light level, I'm going to graph the sensor reading variable. And what that will do is that will show me the value that I stored in the block previous. I go into my documentation to find out what range of values do I get from the light sensor. And the documentation tells me it's a number between 0 and 255. So, if I play with the sensor in the simulator, we can see that I can get the full range from 0 to 255. Now I'll transfer this to my CPX. I set it into program mode with a double click. I drag my UF2 file from Makecode onto it, and there we go. You can see as I put my finger over the sensor, it casts a shadow, so it lights up one photon instead of two, or one pixel, I should say. And if I use a flashlight app on my phone, I can make the entire graph light up. And that's a brief introduction to variables. They are a way of giving a name that we can use over and over to a value, perhaps captured from a sensor, or perhaps that we set ourselves.